another microphone in the middle of the stream. Does that make sense? Now can y'all hear me? Probably now you can hear me. Let's see. Okay, maybe. So let me see if anyone is going to know that I'm on. Now, I don't have a lot of subscribers here on YouTube, but um, I know you're out there and you want to subscribe to my live art stream. So this is what this live testing is about. I do live art streams on other platforms, and I really been trying to figure out how to do YouTube live art stream. And maybe this is working, and maybe it's not. I don't know. So I'm going to see if anybody, maybe my husband on the other side of the room, will look at his phone and look on YouTube. Oh, his phone's upstairs. Well, that's not going to help me here. So let me check. I don't know how else to check other than I do see it on my phone. So maybe, I don't know, I'm getting some messages. I have a big event that's coming up in like 2 weeks and 2 days, 3 days, something like that. And I'm trying to see, I've got them texting me at the same time I'm doing this. Uh, huh. Okay. I'm not replying to that right now. Sorry if you're watching this, which you're probably not. Because apparently nobody's watching. How do I send this out and share it? This is the first time I'm doing this live on YouTube, so I'm just trying to figure this thing out. If I go over to somewhere here, maybe there's a share button. Oh my, look at this. It says upcoming. Am I live currently? I think so. Let me do this and let me close this. I'm going to send this link to some people to verify that I am live. Uh, just to do a test. I'm testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. So, okay, that's not what I'm looking for. Sorry, guys, if you are tuning in and you're like, what is she doing? Well, I'm trying to figure this out. So bear with me, please. Um, sending out a message. So, like I was saying before, I do live streaming on several other platforms. So, it's not that I don't know what I'm doing, but I don't know what I'm doing on YouTube. So let's see if somebody in my family will respond to this. Um, let me see if I can send it out to a couple other people. See if they want to see if I'm live. I just want to know if it's working. Uh, so, Hopefully it is. That would be spectacular. Because if it is, then I will come on here more often and show you guys more activity. So let me double check over here. I don't know where the other thing went. Oh my goodness. There's so many screens up on my computer. So please, if you are tuning in live, let me know that you can see this video. I just want to make sure that it's working. So maybe it'll work. You guys gonna tell me? Tell me if you can see this live. I want somebody to verify that it's working. Yeah. I don't know. No one's replying. What's happening in the world? Does anybody hear me? Can anybody see me? Am I really here? I'm really here, but I'm not there, but I'm right here. So please, if you can see this, let me know. Okay. So I've sent it out to some people. Now, I know a couple people have seen it. So I don't know if you guys are here watching me or not. Do I have a view? Was that just me viewing it? I don't know. So anyway, I think this is live. I know it's a lot of stuff I'm sitting here trying to figure out. Anyway, I'm here in my studio. By the way, my name is Nikki. I'm with Tiny Doors WPB, and we make cool art. And I'm currently working on, in fact, I have one on right now. I should take it off and show you guys if I can get it off of here. Um, I have an event happening soon, and I'm, of course, in a rush to get things done. So I also have to work and do things. Hello, hello. If you're watching, please send me a little message in the comments wherever it is on your screen, down here, over there, somewhere. If you could, send something in the chat so I know you're here. Because I don't know. Anyway, I'm making these. These are my newest pendants. And let me get it under my camera the right way. I promise I've done this before, but just not really here on YouTube. So these are little tiny door pendants. I am currently working on all of these to try to get them painted. Now, it did take me quite a while to actually paint this one, but that was because I painted it live on another art stream. And so it took a little while. It took me like an hour and a half to paint that, which it should not take me that long. But it did, and that's okay. And tonight I was working on I've got these all base coated. They all have to be coated in white. Let me see here. You know what? I'm going to send this in the chat. Hi, let me over here. So I really don't know if people can chat with me. Uh, so I just posted that. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. Yes, of course. 100%. All right. Isn't that funny? Now that's an emoji on a lot of things. So yeah, I'm here. And I believe people are tuning in, but I need you guys to let me know if you're here. So please let me know right here. So this is live on the desktop. I can take y'all down in here closer to the tabletop. And I know there's a glare over here with the light. I don't have all my lights on. So hopefully you guys can see. I think it's fine for now. But this is what I'm currently making, and I've been working on it for a while. These are polymer clay presses into a mold that I have, and they are hand painted by me, hence the paint right here. And all my tiny paintbrushes. I use really teeny tiny paintbrushes just to give you an idea of the scale of these. I even have paint all over my fingers. Huh. Let me see. Alright. So someone is telling me they only see black on the screen. Warning the stream open widget. Um, okay. I don't know. It says my settings are good. I've had 4 views, but I don't. Hey everyone. Interesting. Let me get back to my phone, see if that does anything different. Um, Let me see. Really? See. Okay, well, it is working because you can hear me talking on here. Okay, well, it is working. One watching now. I'm gonna turn myself down. I don't know. Let me tell my friend to refresh. Alright. I don't know. It says that everything is going okay and it's all fine. So if you guys are tuning in, thank you. If this is working correctly, I am going to be very excited because I have been wanting to do live here on YouTube for a little while. And according to my phone, I'm live. According to my friend, he sees a black. Oh gosh. Oh, sorry. That's so rude. I'm so sorry. Um, my friend says he sees a black screen, but when I check it on my phone, I see me. I didn't even bring a drink down here tonight. So, goodness, I've got so much stuff on my desk. So, a little while ago, my husband spilt an entire bottle of ink on his desk, which made a big mess. And it wasn't the cheapest bottle of ink, uh, but he did get to save it. I went and helped him save all the ink. So I put it back on my phone, so I'm watching to see if anybody else comes on. Like this video, sign in. I guess I'm not signed in. I don't know. Let me go off of there like that and then go back in this way. So maybe it's live. Alright, 1, 2. I'm gonna hit this and see what comes up. I don't know. Maybe I just broadcast it to a bunch of people to see if they can see me live. Hold, hold on, everybody. Let me go and do one other place to share it. Because why not go big, right? Oh, there's something. I don't know what that was. What was that? I don't know. It says I've had 7 views, 1 concurrent viewer, which is myself, I believe. Um, so tonight, yes, I am doing live art stream, but I'm also, oh my gosh, what's happening to my screen? Testing this out tonight. So I don't know if everybody else can see me. We're going to post it somewhere. I'm going to share it. Let's go here. Let me hit the share button again. And I'm going to share a link. I wonder if when I finish the live video, it's going to allow me to actually, let me change that. If it's going to allow me to send the video onto my channel. I know that my other platform was doing weird stuff and it actually didn't share the way I wanted it. So I'm trying to figure out if that's gonna work or not. Let me see if I can I'm just gonna post this here. See what. Okay, maybe this will entice people to click on the link and maybe it will work. I don't really know. Testing. To right now. So yeah, I have been busy this week teaching classes. I do live art streams on Tuesdays. That was yesterday. So I did 3 live broadcasts yesterday on my other social platforms. And I just thought that maybe this was actually going to work here. So I'm trying to see if it is. So if you are tuning into my live here on YouTube tonight, please comment in the comment that let me know you're here. I'm trying to make my way back to the live stream. There it is. It shows that two people are watching now. Yay. Who are you? Please send a message in the chat, whether it is there or down there or somewhere on the screen for you. I think it looks different if it is with regular YouTube or not. I think that if you're on your phone, you would have to sign in, but I'm not sure. So please, oh, there's some love. Who was that? Thank you. Let me know you're here. Hello. I'd love to see if you are able to write in the chat. Uh, please let me know. Maybe eventually I'll be able to get Discord connected with this as well, and we can actually chat during the live stream. So that's another thing. I do have Discord, but let's just take a little baby step today to get here live on YouTube. Uh, Years ago, I went live on YouTube, and it was before a lot of rules that they had in place. But tonight, I just had a wild feeling that maybe I need to just test it again. If you didn't know, I do live streaming on Tuesdays, so I would love to add this to my live streaming uh, schedule. And I have a lot of things planned for the YouTube channel. And yes, I know when you look at the subscribers, I don't have a lot. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, please. That helps me out. Oh, my mom's watching. Yay! It is working. She does exist. I was talking to her earlier. So, anyway, hi, Mom. So that's great to see that that's working because I've been sitting here talking and I didn't know if I was talking to myself for the past 25 minutes or not. And in fact, Freddie left the studio. He was here, and then I'm like, hey, can you check to see if I'm live? And he's like, my phone's upstairs. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe he went up to go get his phone. I don't know. He already had an incident of spilling. Griffey, hi. Are y'all watching me on the big TV? Because I think you can do that. So if you are at your house and you're looking on your phone, there's usually like a little button. Um, I don't know if it'll show. It's like a little square or rectangle, and it has a little like. Is that the symbol for this? Is that the symbol for Wi-Fi to your TV? So it'd be like pushing it to your TV. So you could try to see if you can get me on the big screen. I don't know if I really want to be on the big screen or not. So, if you are new here, my name is Nikki, and I make art. Well, that's good. So, yes, please open the government back up. A lot of people need their jobs. So, anyway, this is what I've been making since yesterday. Well, actually, before yesterday. Now, I had these, I was working on these, and I had two of them here, and now there's one of them's missing. I have no clue where it went. After Freddie spilled an entire bottle of ink all over his desk, and I went to help him, I cannot find the other one of these. So, apparently I'm gonna have to paint another one. Um, this is not that hard. So I will paint those live right now, because I should be doing something on here live. So let me see. I'm checking my phone. Looks like everything's going fine. And looks like we've got a couple people watching. So thank you, thank you. And let me move this pendant out of the way. And I probably could turn on another light. Like I said, I didn't even turn my studio lights on. Everything fell on the floor. Let me get that. So just bear with me. I'm just so excited it's actually working live. You guys, I have been wanting there. Oh, you guys can see that now. Welcome to the table. So I have these are all base painted, but I did not base paint. You can see the difference when the raw clay color versus the color after it's painted. So I am going to paint these all white and get that set up. Let me put some paper towel here. So when I set up my desk area and space, I um, I usually work on a piece of glass, maybe a piece of tile, something like that to just have another surface besides the actual tabletop. So if you're seeing this and it has that huge reflection, it's because it's on glass. So I am going to move the little doors to the side, see if I can get some more of these tiles done. Now the tiles are set up to be earrings, and my first set that I did, I wasn't too happy with the what happened to them after I put the resin on them, which I've never had this happen where it would bleed over. So these will probably just be my earrings, and this is what they really should look like. So I am doing a series of Delft blue earrings. My husband is from the Netherlands, and I do love Delft blue tiles. And so that is the goal, is to make these into little Delft blue tiles. So I'm using these are polymer clay, and they have been cut with. I'll even show you the cutter. It's kind of like a cookie cutter, and I cut the polymer clay with this cutter. And the clay that I use is it is a white polymer clay. So so I start out with white clay. Sometimes we use Super Sculpey, which is like a beige color. So yeah, sometimes I have things made in this beige Super Sculpey, and sometimes I just have them made in white. And actually, the white polymer is um, becoming my new fave. It's it's nice and durable. They have been baked, so this clay is a clay that you bake in the oven. And when I say we bake them in our oven, we actually have we have two designated toaster ovens that we use to actually do all of our clay work. Let me see if I can get this camera in here so you guys can see. So, um, the baking instructions for the polymer clay is per quarter inch of thickness, you bake it for 20 minutes at 275 degrees. So, sounds like a really long time to bake, but sometimes if you have larger larger art pieces to bake, You will absolutely need all that bake time. Now I baked these, they're super thin. As you can see, I think these are measuring at about 3 millimeter, maybe 2. Um, it's a good thing that other paint there's not wet. This is live. So, if you are tuning in, thank you so much. Please send me a little message in the chat. Let me know you're here. Um, I am streaming through OBS Studios into YouTube, which this is the first time I've done this on YouTube. So, okay, it works on the app. Great to hear. My friend just told me that. Yeah, I think you might have to actually use the regular YouTube app to get in. So this may be something I'll start doing on my. Oh wow, it's going crazy! You guys, thank you. Go ahead and send me a message. Hello, Z. Look at that. Isette's here. Isette has a really great YouTube channel, guys. She's here watching. So good. Hey, it's working. Hey, he said it's working. It took me probably, it's kind of terrible to say, but it took me about 30 minutes to activate doing this live on YouTube tonight. Um, yeah, I just had a feeling that, maybe I'll try it, and it works. So that's great news. And just a reminder that if you are tuning in live for the very first time and you have not subscribed to my channel, I would greatly appreciate it. Go ahead, smash that subscribe button. Give me a like. Give me two, if that is possible. Chat it up in the chat there and let me know you're here. So it helps me out a lot. I am planning to do a lot more here on YouTube coming soon. Wink, wink. Um, so stand by for some more exciting things. I am also excited to say that Freddie, my husband, has finally started doing some filming. Um, he's making he's making a really cool sculpture piece right now, diorama sculpture. It's like got everything in it. And he is working on that currently, and he's been filming a little bit of it, and we're hoping to have that up on his YouTube channel as well. I don't want to say what the name of it is yet because there's nothing on there yet. But soon we will talk about his channel as well. So, I'm just so happy he started filming. When I say he started filming, I set him up so he could film, and showed him how to do it. But if I'm filming at the same time, he can't film because I'm going to be using my equipment here. I keep dropping these. These are super tiny. They measure about, it's a little bit smaller than an inch square. Just to give you an idea of what this size is. Um, it's just smaller than 1 inch. So I'm not doing any fancy detail work. I just want to paint them, all of these like regular bright white, and you can see the difference here in color once they're painted white. probably see it better if they are sitting up down. So this is the raw clay after it's baked, and then this is what it looks like painted. So I'm just trying to get them all painted white, and I tend to paint a lot of my things white ahead of time, um, before I go into the detail of painting all the color. Um, it it just makes the pieces pop a lot more. Even when I paint, I'm planning to paint a tiny door. If I'm going to be painting with lighter colors, I go ahead and paint the entire door white and then start painting on it. It just makes colors pop. Another way to make colors pop is to use um, like a metallic paint as a base coat and then paint on top of it. So that's another way of actually making colors pop, whether it's on canvas or polymer clay or a tiny door. Um, yeah. So anyway, let me know in the chat that you're here. Okay, we've had 21 views tonight, so that's great for my first time here on YouTube. I only have 16 subscribers. So hello, you guys, hit the subscribe button, please. Hit the bell, ring the bell, so you get notified when I do go live. So I don't have, as far as a set schedule of going live here on YouTube yet, because obviously this is the first time I've done it. So, yeah, get ready. Because who knows? Maybe we'll get it on a regular scheduled time, just like I do with the other platforms. And that's usually on Tuesdays. So maybe we will have something like um, art o'clock. That what I call my all live art stream is art o'clock. Um, Maybe we'll start doing the art o'clock sessions here. Maybe they'll be on Wednesday evenings. I don't know. Like right now, I do my other ones during the day on Tuesdays. If everything pans out the right way, hello, hello, thanks for tuning in, you guys. If it pans out and these upload or are easy to upload after the fact that I've done a live, it would be great. But I really don't know how it's going to react because I am streaming here from a live streaming platform called OBS, and then it links into YouTube. So that way I have my background, if you guys can see it all around. Um, that's my cute little background that I use when I live stream. Some of the platforms don't let me use the background. So I don't know why, because I made the background. So anyway, if you are new here and have never seen me before, my name's Nikki. And you can check out all the links to my website and stuff in the links in my bio, my about me. I think I have it all set up. I should check. Anyway, I don't have a ton of videos on here. We have a lot of videos from the past. On here, you'll also see some playlists that I have set up. I have done video work for the Mandel Public Library back during COVID. I was making videos for them to have art activities for people at home. So doing videos on YouTube is not a new thing for me. And doing videos in general is not new for me. But tonight it's new because, ta-da, we're live on YouTube. Yay! I'm so excited that it's working. Um, so I have to let these dry a little before I can start painting them. It really bums me out that I don't know where this one went. Here, I'll bring this back up a little bit. So, I just don't know where the other one of these went. I painted it yesterday. Freddie had a catastrophe happen, and then now it's missing. I wonder if my cat took it. He does take things from time to time. So, let's take a look here. Hello. Hello. How are you? David and Candace up there. Are you freezing to death? Oh my gosh. We're cold here. The polar vortex made its way all the way down here. Oh, I wish Freddie was down here right now. He could say hi. I'm sure he would say hi. So thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I do lives on Instagram and TikTok as well. So you'll have to check those out if you're not subscribed there or following me. Subscribe here, follow me here, and yeah, just hit the button, whatever the button is. So, um, yeah, it's been a long time. Hope you are doing well, way up north. And, Candace, just to let you know, I know you're a big fan of the Radical Rabbits that Freddie puts out. He's working on a really secret mission with his Radical Rabbits, so stay tuned. I don't know when it's going to happen. He's been working on it for a while, but he has a really cool thing that he's doing with them. So that's fun news. That's behind the scene news. You guys are hearing it here. Um, let's see. Yeah, so I can show you guys this little cat that I made. So I do mostly painting. I don't do a lot of sculpture unless it's little jewelry pieces and such. Uh, but let's take this a little higher. I made this cutie. Oh, did y'all hear that? My Duolingo just said, hey, you need to do your practice today. So I've been working on this sculpture, this little kitty cat. It's super cute. Do you love it? Uh, a lot of fun. I was working with clay with one of my students today in my book nook class that I have, and it's her little clay pieces are really cute too. So she was working on that. Yes, you still have his pieces. That's good to hear. I didn't know if they ran away or something or, you know, got crazy. So I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, his radical rabbits are really funny. And he's really, I wish he would come down here. I wonder, I could call him on the phone to tell him to come and say hi. Hold on, let me see if I can get him to come downstairs. Let me turn this and I don't know. Let me see if I can call him on the phone. I'm calling him now. It's kind of funny because he's only upstairs. Hey, you should come down and just pop your head in on the live. There's someone on live that is a fan of yours, and in fact, they have 3 of your pieces, and you haven't seen them for a long time. So if you want to just pop over here and say hi, that would be great. Come on downstairs. Bye. Well, folks, maybe he'll come down downstairs. Now, if you don't know, we do have a very unique house in South Florida. Now, those of you up north, this isn't that much of a unique thing, but we have a basement, and so that's why I'm saying coming downstairs. So maybe he'll come. I do not hear footsteps above me yet, because he's like literally sitting like right over there on the couch, probably. Um, I think he like he spilled an entire bottle of ink just a little while ago, so I think he's like, I'm done because that was a lot to clean up. And I don't even know if it went on the floor. If it did, it's an art studio. If something goes on the floor, it goes on the floor, right? Um, but yeah, so maybe he'll come down, maybe he won't. I don't know. I hope he does so you guys can see him. Um, but yeah, he's working on some more Radical Rabbit things. I think these are almost dry enough. Are they dry enough so I can paint the next layer? All right, I'm going to paint the next layer of those so you guys can see. And my table's like really crazy. The desk space here measures uh, about 5.5 feet long by 4 feet wide. So I have a big desk space, but I usually only work right here. It's kind of crazy. I have this huge desk space, but I also have a lot of video equipment here, and I have a big TV that I can see your chats on over here, and I've got you guys here on the laptop. So there's all kinds of stuff going on in the studio on my desk. So let's get to painting a little bit. Um, I'm using very teeny tiny little brushes. I think there's like maybe 10 bristles in this brush. And this one's probably the best one to use for this. And I make like in the Delft blue. I wish I should have brought the real tiles. Like I have some upstairs. But real vintage Delft blue tiles I have upstairs. But the colors aren't where it's super saturated one dynamic color. It has a lot of values within the actual painting on there, and so that's what I'm trying to reflect here too. So as you can see, it's not a super solid one straight color of blue. um, it has a little bit of variations, and then when you do tiles and ceramics, that's always the case because the glazes have sometimes a mind of their own. So, so I'm going to paint these like that, but I will be mixing the colors. So, the combination of this color was a deep blue, let me check it. Yeah, deep blue, a sky blue, and white to get this color here. So we're going to mix those again. And this is acrylic paint on polymer clay. So I wonder if YouTube has a time limit on live videos. I don't even know. So we will find out, I guess. All right. And just a reminder, if you're new to painting, if you're painting tiny things, you only need a tiny bit of paint. And you only need a tiny brush. If you paint bigger things, you need more paint, obviously. But in tiny world, in my tiny door world, we don't use a lot of paint. I don't have to use a lot because these are super tiny. And let me see. I'm gonna try to move my arm around here. I found the best way to paint these was to let them just lay flat And I'm going to try to maneuver this around. I wanted you guys to see where's the happy little spot? I think it's right here is the best spot to paint in. So these are all the colors I've been using the past 2 days on the glass. And why I use glass or on tiles, it's the paint comes off so much easier and I can just reuse the glass. So instead of sitting and trying to, let me see, three, four, um, go through paper plates or cleaning your palette, having a separate palette. I just do everything on a piece of glass. So that's why there's glare on here as well. So, you guys, thanks so much for, following me, checking that stuff out. When I teach how to mix colors in my classes, I like for people to know that you should do, that's why I was counting, um, use a recipe to get to your colors. So I did 4 of the deep blue, and I'm going to do 2 of the light blue, and I'm going to do one little scoop of the white. I'll put it on the side. And then that's about the color that I'm working with. So I'm just going to mix that all together, and you'll see the color here on the side also. And I try to mix close to, or if I've already been doing one color, I mix it beside it or on top of it, close by. So that's the color. Maybe I want a little bit lighter. Let's do another touch of white in there. So I know I'm not watching you guys here, but I have to watch down here, right down here, where I'm painting, or it's all going to go crazy. So these will be earrings that I'm making. Um, the little tiny door pendant. See if you guys can see that. These are little pendants that I'm making. So these are just separate little things. Like we do the tiny doors, of course. Our newest product. Which one? And not knock everything over. Oh, well, I just dropped something. I don't know what it was. Our newest product is the little tiny bookcases. They look like this. I actually designed the shelves and everything and measured everything, and I laser cut all the wood, and we have these in maker kits available on our website. So you have to go check it out if you haven't been to our website. It's tinydoors.org. So I'm just going to go in and try to paint this and not get paintbrushes everywhere. Last night I was doing a little crazy stuff. And I'm just going to go in and start painting the tile. And when I say it's tile, obviously it's polymer clay, but they are designed to be little floor tiles. They are basically like a 12 by 12 inch tile in the real world. So this is on a 12th scale if you are in the dollhouse world. Um, okay, so most of the videos are 30 to 45 minutes. So yeah, that's a good point. But I think those are the ones that are pre-recorded, like they uploaded a video to it. Since this one's live, I don't know if it's going to even let me upload the live. So if you are watching this now, yay. If you are catching this on the replay, yay, that means that it actually let me upload this as a regular video. So you'll have to let me know in the comments if you're watching on the replay or if you're watching live. I see your comments here now. Um, so this is a little bit of a tedious job. I hear Freddie upstairs. Maybe he's coming down here. I don't know. Maybe he's gonna come down, say hello. So, yes, we are both working on doing more activity on YouTube. We actually have been filming a lot of things in the past few years, and to be honest, I just have not pushed the videos out. Whether it be videos from our traveling or videos of art, um, I just I find it difficult and time consuming to go in and actually edit the videos. And I really should do it. I should just do it. I use DaVinci as my video editing program, and a lot of other YouTubers use that program as well. So, yeah, so this is the most tedious thing is to paint tiny. Um, I don't usually paint tiny in front of people because it's like, is she ever gonna get done with that? Yeah, eventually. There's a lot of work. A lot of people don't realize how much time it takes to paint miniature. They think, oh, that was little. Wow. What did it take you? Like 5 minutes? No. It took an hour and a half. No way. And people say, yeah. Yes. Painting tiny things doesn't mean that it's a tiny bit of time to paint them. Sometimes it's actually a lot longer. It's kind of funny because I teach painting classes, and in 2 hours we paint an entire landscape painting. And just yesterday, it took me an hour and a half, and I painted this. That was kind of funny. I was like, wow, in an hour and a half, I painted that tiny little thing, and in just 30 minutes longer, I could have had a giant painting. Not gigantic, like 16 by 20 is the size that we use for the class. We do have that class happening on Friday, and it is a sold out class. When I say sold out, it's actually a free class to the community. And I love that I am contracted in different places to bring art and to teach art in different places. And I also teach at a school for teens and elementary and teen age groups. So the next semester registration just opened for those classes. So excited to be back there. I know I got quiet for a second. I was like, I'm trying to concentrate. Can you imagine? Yeah, if I didn't concentrate, this would look crazy. And I know it doesn't have the perfect shapes right now, but I paint it white first, if you've been following for a little bit here on my live. Um, I paint it all white first, and then I go in with the blues, and then I will go back with the whites, and I will do, I have an even finer brush that I go in and do all the grout lines. It's not really the grout lines, but I'm calling them grout lines because obviously if you had a Delft blue tile, it would just be a painting on the tile. So they actually paint them with the glaze. I watched today a YouTuber um, that was refinishing their house, and she hand painted all the tiles that she used in her kitchen. That was a lot of tile. And not only that, she actually um, carved linoleum tile carvings to do printing of her own wallpaper. And I was like, ooh, that's kind of fun. I've only done that maybe once. I've carved and made a stamp. It's basically you're making a stamp. So eventually, so you guys are gonna hear it here first. I don't even think I've mentioned it on my other lives. Um, I will be teaching some online classes, and we're working on logistics for that and how that would play out. Because I do have some people that want to take my classes, but they're not able to take them when I have the regular class. So I'm going to be offering that in 2026. There's a lot of things I will be adding to our fund. Um, so yeah, you'll have to stay tuned. But actually, teaching virtually is going to be something I'll be starting. I actually had a lesson yesterday. It was one. There's four of these. Hold on, two, three, four. I gotta mix some more paint. So this is where the recipe comes into play. One, two of those. So always remember your recipe when you are mixing your paint. So you know how to get back to that color. And you'll see there's the color there, how close I get to it. And I tend to actually am able to get back to the same color every time. And it's all because I use my little special painting recipe. So that's where I was painting before, and that's it. So, same color. Cool, cool. I'm going to go ahead and paint all of the, as much as I can in the blue currently, just for the fact that it's easier to do them more in a bulk, like factory style. Not that this is a big factory, it's just me. And me and these tiny little tiles and painting every little section on them. So I'm just so excited that it's working here on YouTube tonight. It wasn't planned that I was going to be on here. But I'm like, you know what? Maybe it'll work. And it's working. I really wish I brought water down here tonight so I have something to drink. So Candace and David, sorry. I don't think Freddie's coming down. He'll have to make a cameo appearance. He doesn't always come onto my videos very often. Um, he's kind of shy. So, alright, this is what I'm doing tonight. I've been super busy helping a friend out. She's on a little mini vacay, and I've been feeding her cats. So I'm doing that. I have to go and teach during the day, and then a friend of ours needed a ride to work this morning and a ride home tonight. So did that today. It's been very busy today. I feel like I'm in the car all day. And yeah, so it's kind of nice to just sit down here and paint. Normally I have music on here in the studio, but I wasn't sure, for one, if this microphone was going to pick it up or not. And especially because I'm using YouTube for the first time here live. I know that when I use another platform, you don't hear the background noises because this microphone's pretty good. I can do ASMR painting. So, but I have purchased recently some new microphones, some wireless. They're the DJI. It's the DJI Mini mic. It's a dual set. I have yet to even really unbox it. Just been too busy. Uh, the plan was either to play around and try to get those little microphones to work, or to try to get YouTube to work. And obviously, I got YouTube to work, so that's good. So, and hopefully, this is going to be able to push on to the channel. Um, I'm getting sloppy with this now. I'm getting tired, actually. I don't know how many more I can paint tonight. I wanted to have all these painted. There's only 3 more, so maybe I can do it. Maybe I can get them done. I only have tomorrow before an event. I have an event on Friday, and I wanted to have these out. So they needed to be painted, painted, finished up, all the finish work on them, photographed, added to the website, and I was going to launch them as these are going to be a new product. And you get the choice of actually having these as earrings, or maybe even you want to have an order of these for a dollhouse or for your miniature rooms that you're making a diorama or something. So that's the goal for these. They will be available for that, but they're not up on our website yet. Coming soon. So you guys are watching the making of some. And once I get this down pat, I can just whip them out. Yesterday was the first day I painted them, so I'm still getting the hang of working the paint. As you can see, it gets faster if I just follow the lines. Do anybody else that are watching right now, do you guys work in polymer clay? Have you ever done polymer clay work? Made cute things? Today, my class today with the kiddos was the Book Nook class, which is they're basically making dioramas to go on their shelves between books. And it was so much fun that one of the girls finished a little fire pit, and she wanted to have a fire like in a cave is what she's actually making a her book nook is a scene from a book she read, and it it has a little tea light, and then we took polymer clay and made the I don't know, it's kind of like brick layout, and then she took acetate sheets. I got those for her, and she used my alcohol markers to actually color the acetate to look like fire. And then those are mounted around the tea light. And then she used tiny twigs that I offer for the class. Um, she used those, but she split them like as if you had an axe and you're splitting wood for your fireplace or whatever, or your campfire. And she put those around the flames. It turned out so cute. She was so excited. I was so excited because it's the first time we've had someone make that in our class, in my class, or even in Freddie's class. It was a really great idea, and I was like, we can make it happen. Here, let's use these supplies, and it works. It's so good. I did take a picture of it. After I finish painting this blue, maybe I can show you guys. Um, and the tea light, the little battery operated tea lights, come from the Dollar Tree, and it's actually the tea lights that flicker so it looks like fire, and with the little acetate sheets cut into flames and painted into flames. Um, it just turned out really good. And the other little girl we're making with a tea light, but I took it apart. We're doing a little bit different. She's making a chandelier to hang in her book nook. And it's going to be a gummy bear chandelier. So I have these resin gummy bears, and I taught her how to use a hand drill today. She was so excited to use that. And we drilled the actual gummy bears, and they are put on wire, and they go around the tea light, and they become they're with beads, and it's gonna be the cutest little chandelier. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. She's not quite done, so I don't have a picture of that. So let me see if I can. Maybe this will show up on the screen. I don't know. No. All the white. Let me see if I can do this. So this is a picture of it. disregard the video that's happening right now. But this is a tea light with polymer clay around the edges. All the white that you're seeing here is glue that dries clear. And then these are the acetate sheets made to look like flames. And then, do I have the... And then there's what it looks like with all the little pieces of wood around it. This is gotta be one of the cutest little things I have seen somebody make in my class. She had the idea and we made it happen. So excited. So I love when a good project works. And it worked. Let me put this back down to the tabletop. I know these are pretty sloppy, but when I finish them, they won't be. They'll look like that. so, so disregard what that looks like now, because it's not going to look like that soon. So I'm going to make the recipe again because I need more of the color. We're going to do 4 dark blues. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 light blues. 2 light blues and one thing of white. Back to mixing the color. I had thought about mixing like a lot of this color, but I'm not currently making a ton of these earrings right now. So I decided not to make a big batch of this specific color. And if you can see, we're back to the color. So just remember, I can't tell you enough, when you paint and you're mixing colors, really try to remember what colors and the amount of each paint color you used. And I tend to, myself, when I do projects, I keep all the paints that I'm using for that specific project like grouped together until I'm finished with the project. And then I switch it up and put them back on the shelf and then start all over. But I make a little note also in a journal of what colors I used. So in case I need to go back to that, I'll remember and say, oh yeah, it's in the journal. So this Delft blue color is a deep blue, a sky blue, and white are the names on the bottles that I'm using. Is it the most expensive paint that I have? No, I'm gonna be honest. And I use certain paints for certain product that I make. So if I'm making a big painting, we use a little bit higher quality paint. When we're making small things like this, I don't need to use the highest quality paint, but a decent quality paint to make it work. And another tip is that not all acrylic paint is made equally. So that's what I'm talking about, the quality of the paint. Um, it makes a big difference in what you're painting and what surface you're painting on and such too. So this is more of a craft paint, which is sufficient for what I'm doing on these. But some acrylic paints, oh, did you guys see that? Oh, I'm afraid to turn it over. Oh my gosh. Oh, are you kidding me? Okay, so Freddy's not the only person in the accident. This is live, you guys. So luckily, this paint is still wet. I can wipe it off. Oh my goodness. Yep, this is what happens on live videos sometimes. Y'all saw their thing. Maybe that's a good technique. Maybe I should drop it in paint and then wipe it off. That actually might work a lot faster than hand painting all these little tiny sections. So if you are watching live, you should be commenting LOL on that. Yeah, that's a live blooper reel where you drop your project face down right in the paint. Yeah, that just happened. Anyway, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. We've had 29 views tonight. That's exciting for basically my first YouTube live video. I'm not going to be on here much longer. I'm going to paint one more and I'm going to call it quits. I know you guys are just waiting to see what happens, but I'm getting so sleepy. It's 11:20 here. 11:20 p.m. Oh, we're supposed to actually see the northern lights down here. It's a very rare occasion that northern lights make it down to South Florida. So I am going to try to see that. I thought about running out and go taking the car down and drive down over to the beach to see if it's any better because of light pollution here in the city. Um, will drown it out a little bit. And I was telling my friend and I was like, I believe that many years ago, more than 30 years ago, probably, I think that we had northern lights here in South Florida before. And I swear that I've seen that before. I mean, like, I was young, but I believe we've had that happen here before. But it is very rare that we get to see that. So, I am going to see if I can see them from here tonight. So, yeah. It's supposed to be from 10 to 2 a.m. So we're kind of in the middle of that now. Getting to the middle of that time frame. I was thinking it would be really cool if we could take the drone and take the drone up and see if we can see anything from that angle. But the drone has not been charged, and the programming on the tablet we use for the drone is probably so out of date because we haven't really used it in a long time. Um, so it just wasn't in the cards to put the drone in the air tonight to see if we could see. And yes, we have a small drone. We have a DJI drone. So Freddie used to do a lot of drone photography and video work. So videos are not new to him. He used to do that for some real estate agencies, working together with another photographer, but he's not doing that any longer. He actually is a certified drone pilot. He went through all the is it FFA? The standards and had a license for flying a drone. So, but he doesn't really do that anymore. I think the last drone time we used the drone, we took it um, to my cousin's place and did some drone work for her cabin. She was putting it up on Airbnb. And she wanted drone photography done, so we did that. We're gonna go back to the cabin, I think, next month. Maybe. If you are tuning in live, thank you. If you're still here with me live during this whole process of my first YouTube live, thank you for staying with me. Let me know you're still here. So, so David and Candace are right now. Oh, you guys are getting some. Well, you guys are way up there near the real polar vortex. Um, so do you guys get to see that often? Like, does it just happen all the time up there? I don't even know. So they had photos of the northern lights here um last night, like in Jupiter. I saw some photos from the Jupiter pier at the inlet there. Somebody got a really good panoramic view, and it was on. I saw it on Instagram on WPTV. That's our NBC channel here, Channel 5. It was on their Instagram today. It was kind of funny because I was looking at that and then I was like, ooh, I wonder if it's going to happen again tonight. And sure enough, it is. And at the same time I was looking at it, my friend, she she sends me a message, hey, it's Northern Lights are going to be out tonight, probably. And I was like, I was just reading that. I said, that's funny. Both looking at the same thing. So I'm going to go and check it out. But I am going to show you guys before I tune off of this tonight. Because I have been on here for an hour and 31 minutes. Oh my goodness, time is flying. Uh, I, I will show you how I do go back in and do the white lines. This this brush is tinier, so I was just using this one, and now let me see if I can put them side by side. It's a little bit different length of brush. They aren't very big brushes. They're very small. Actually, I think these are for nail art. So this will give you an idea. Can I? Okay, where's the focal point? Focus, focus, focus. So they're very tiny, super tiny. So I am going to change to this one. It's almost like a fine liner brush, but tinier. It's a little shorter and it's less bristles in there. And when I go back on here for this, I already have this white paint. I'm going to just scoop some up, put it to the side over here. I touched this white paint with that blue, so it's like, oh, don't get any more blue. I just need it to be white. So I'm going to grab some of this and I'm going to water it down a little bit and make it have a nice flow to it. Now, normally I would have a little tiny pipette here to pull my water, but I used it to help Freddie clean up the ink that he spilled everywhere to try to save the ink. I think that was his demise tonight. He was like, I'm done. So, so now you can see, hopefully you can see, the consistency of the paint is a lot more fluid. Um, and this will help get it through these little grooves. So if you can see the texture of the actual tile here, let me try to bring it in. So it has a little relief to it. So now I'm going to take this white paint and I'm going to go through, not there, live TV, folks, live TV. See nothing. I'm going to go into the little grooves. Let's take two and just pull that in and around and out the sides. So just letting the paint kind of flow around with this brush, just like you do when you paint little branches on trees. You can just go in really lightly, just follow that around. So now you'll start seeing that definition of that line going through. And I actually don't mind that I got a little white paint here because when you look at Delft blue tiles, the variation in the blue um, is it's not one dynamic straight up color. So it's okay. It's all right. I messed up a little bit there. It's all right. So let's see. Let me look back up here. Oh, so only with large solar flares. Okay. Yeah. As you know, we don't get that here very often. Just to give you guys a little heads up there, David and Candace, you wouldn't believe all the construction going on down here. They finally, and if you are from this area, you know. Um, in Northwood Village, the anchor site has finally got a giant building on it. Not only there, but at the corner of Spruce and 24th, 25th Street, there's a giant building there now, too. Fun facts of the ever growing area. So, there's lots of construction here in town. A lot of big high rises going in, and a lot of things happening. I think I like painting the little white lines more than anything because it's like it's the last little self-gratifying little resistance. The little fine line that really just makes it pop. I love to finish off a piece like that. In some of my paintings, I like to do, it's more on an illustrator side of the world, adding in line work after the fact. After the painting's done, I go in and do line work around it. Kind of gives it more of an illustrator look. I do that with a lot of my paintings. So maybe that's why I like this part so much. It also means that it's almost done. Or at least this one. Yeah, I've had a crazy busy day and now I'm pretty much relaxed and just chilling out. The best thing about painting. Uh, so, hey David, are you still doing a lot of painting? I've heard this been, yeah, John would keep you in the know. I know. We haven't seen John in a while, but I chatted with him not too long ago. Yeah, the city has changed a lot. There's a lot of stuff happening in our area. So I have to figure out what my schedule is going to be like to do the lives here on YouTube now that I know that I can put it up here and you guys can see it. And it works. I have to find out what it's going to be like. It very well may be like a Wednesday evening kind of thing. Um, After I get home from teaching, Freddie and I alternate cooking nights. So, Wednesday's his night to cook. Maybe I can make this where I pop in maybe a before dinner and after dinner. But now you can see. I see one little spot that I need to go in a little bit deeper with the color. Where did it go? It is really hard to see from this angle. It is this piece right here. Just want to cut that in a little bit more there. That's better. I think these fine lines really finish it off. I am going to touch that with blue again. I get the other brush. So I might have a little bit more of that blue left over here. Just need a touch. Just want to go back on top of this piece where I bumped it. All right. So, when I teach a class, rule number one, a clean brush is a happy brush. Especially when you have to go back real quick and finish something off that you can use that brush right back in there. And all right. I think I'm going to call this one done. Now, I do plan to put resin over the tops of these. Um, when I did it the last time with this one here, the paint wasn't fully dry, and as you can see, it didn't work out so good. But this one has resin on it for sure already. But dropping stuff. So now you can see the difference, and after the fine line work here versus the quick painting, not quick, but painting of the blue parts. I won't say it's quick because I've been on here for a while. I just don't want to stop, but I really should. Especially I have all this paint. Like I said before, a little bit of paint for little tiny things is all you need. And this was the amount of paint that I put out was like one drop of each color. So it's really not a lot of paint, but I still have a lot of paint left. Should I mix it? Maybe. Let me see. Oh, you're still drawing and painting. Oh, yeah? Ooh. Oh, you got your knee replaced. That's in my cards. Yeah. I am probably looking at a replacement in my knee. My knee's pretty bad. I know before you left, your knee was pretty bad too, before you moved up there. Um, yeah, I haven't. I actually have a referral to go get it checked out, but when do I have time? If I do, and they want to replace my knee, when is that going to happen? I am literally booked up until June, the middle of June. And then that's when my summer camp stuff starts usually. So, when would I have time to go have my knee done? And I know if I just go now, they're going to be like, okay, let's see. When do you want to do this? And I'm going to be like, can it be over a weekend? And yeah, so I am literally pretty much booked for till the middle part of next year. So, I mean, I still have space available um for art parties to be booked in and stuff too, but um my general days, I am actually already booked with contracts and stuff until mid-June. And that's only because the summer contracts haven't come in yet. So, if you are tuning in, I am a full-time artist now, by the way. I just do this. Um, and teaching a lot. So, it's pretty cool. Full-time self-employed artist. I better stop because I'm getting really sloppy. It's crazy. Oh, so yeah, this has been fun. My first YouTube live, and I've been on here for a long time. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Wink, winky. Go ahead and do that. And you can see some of my other videos. They're not that recent, but there are some videos. Look how tiny this brush is. It is so tiny. Y'all see it? I mean, it's like the crease in my My skin is such a tiny brush. I love it. It does exactly what I want it to do. Anyway, I'm tired and I'm probably gonna go. Maybe I'll go hop in the car now to go see if I can find the Northern Lights. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. Really, so no more pain in your knee at all? A few months of recovery. Oh my goodness. Uh, all right. I'll have to see if I can schedule something. I know my doctor's totally gonna be like, it's time to let's just cut your leg off and put a new knee in there and we'll weld you back together. Not that they weld your leg back together, but we'll put some hinges in there and some nuts and bolts and some screws and we're just gonna make you a cyborg, you know. And by the way, you probably need the other knee too, so why don't you come in next week and do that one? I'm just envisioning this. Maybe I shouldn't envision it at all, but I injured my knee in high school, so yeah, yeah. So it has given me trouble all these years, even after many years of competitive dance and weightlifting and all of that in the past. And then doesn't help that we have our house has so many stairs that I have to go up and down stairs all the time. So I know that when I go to the doctor, he's going to be like, okay, when do you want to have it done? I mean, it's pretty bad. So let's wish that I don't have to have it done, but it's it's probably totally going to happen. So anyway, I want to say thank you guys for sticking around to the end of the video here. And let me see, where is the mouse here? On my computer. So, yay. I'm going to give you all a monster high five for that. So, I think that's a monster hand. I don't know. I'm looking at these little emojis that they have down here. They're really funny. Look at this monster. uh, that's about me right now. So, but yeah, I'm gonna tune this off and I will be back on. So be sure to hit the subscribe button, ring the bell so you get notified when I do go live here on YouTube since it works. Um, as long as I can remember what settings I put in the computer to make it work. Maybe I should screenshot everything because when I do go live on all the different platforms, everybody has a different setting. So I need to screenshot this one before I finish up tonight. So anyway, thanks so much, and you guys have a good night, or maybe some of you guys are having a good morning. So good morning, good night, good afternoon, whatever time you're watching this. I'm happy you guys tuned in. Hit the button, hit the subscribe button. And now I have to figure out how do you turn this off? I don't know. Because literally, this is the first time I even put this on. Okay, where is the button? Where's the button? Alright, guys, there it is. Okay. See you next time.